So do you also watch the game on television?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yes.
Who do you like?
Serena is my favorite.
Wow, okay.
Serena Williams, I think.
So
she's
you
a
go
wonderful
for
player.
the ones who win?
I like the way Federer, what's his name?
Roger Federer?
Roger Federer plays, even though he doesn't win these days. I
Yeah,
still
these days he
admire-
doesn't.
I admire his
Personally,
game.
I think he should retire.
For a long time, Roger Sampras was my hero. I
Your
like
hero.
Roger. I thought
You're
he
not
was
a
really
fan
good.
of Nadal?
I like him. I like him.
Djokovic?
Djokovic, not particularly. He's too strong for me. But I do like, I like to see a fine game, a fine tennis game.
So the fact that you even have a coach here, would you say you prefer this sport to soccer, the soccer
Definitely,
fanatics?
definitely. I enjoy watching a good soccer game.
Oh,
But as I said, this is the only game that I really play.
okay. So what kind of friends do you have?
They say birds of a feather.
Flock together, yes. So
together.
yeah, so we're interested in knowing.
So we have an NGO that we started many years ago called UGAFOD, and the Uganda Agency for Development in length. UGAFOD is the abbreviation.
Okay.
And so we've been helping the poor in that NGO. So I do spend a bit of time with my colleagues in that organization. Eventually it turned into a bank, but the NGO is still in existence also.
We always think that when you're in the limelight, in this case as you are, your friends are also with big names.
Not necessarily. It's, as I said, birds of a feather flock together. People have the same beliefs, people have the same interests.
Like who? If you would give me names.
Like Edward Gamwa is a good friend of mine. I claim it's an organization that does research and consulting.
Okay.
Like Edward Mahima is my friend. He's a former bishop of North Kigezi, and we are together in UGAFOD, and so on, and a few others.
A stone's throw away from his old-fashioned storage structure is Everlight College, run by the wife, Prof.Ezra Suruma, the family's proud business.
So this is Everlight College.
This is Everlight College.
Okay. Secondary school, I'm imagining.
Secondary school, O and A level, boarding and day. And
How long has it
been
existed?
here, I think, 14 years now. And we try to instill good morals in our students.
I asked earlier if the idea behind it was because you're an academician. Was it that?
I wanted to start a college, but my wife wanted to start a kindergarten.
Okay.
So we decided to meet halfway. We consulted friends and we met halfway between a college and a kindergarten. As a compromise, a secondary school.
Okay.
So that's what we are running for the last 14, 15 years. Yeah.
So in any special way do students that come from this particular area maybe pay a lesser amount to
We
the
actually
constitution?
have students from the community, but after the introduction of universal secondary education, we broadened our horizons. So you find we have students from Tanzania, from Kenya, from Congo, from Eritrea, from Sudan. So it's become an international school now. It's a regional, in a regional sense. And both boys and girls. We have many organizations that bring children to us who have special needs, and we do the best we can for them. So we have a big catchment now.
All right.
Yeah, it's not a big school, it's a small school, only 200
How many?
students.
200 students.
200. but we think they get very close attention, and really we do emphasize Christian education.
Okay.
Yeah, although we have Muslim students and
Also.
so on, yeah.
So which subjects, if I was in your lecture room?
Maybe finance,
Okay.
money and banking.
Give us a tip on money and banking.
A tip on money and banking.
Yes.
Many people think they know what money is, and indeed they do because they've touched it. But we, of course, define money as a medium of exchange, and that's what it is. It is something that we use to enable us to exchange goods and services, but money in itself does not have a value, does not have intrinsic value. It's just a piece of paper, which the government says that it is money. It is money because the government says it is money. But in itself, it is of no use. You can't eat it. It's only used when you part with it. That's when it gets value, when you give it away in exchange for something. So, but money has become important to people. But what is really behind it is what is important, which is goods and services. If you produce something, you put something in the basket, and so you have a right to take something out of the basket. If you put nothing in the basket, and you try to get something out of the basket, you're a thief. And this is the problem we have with people who want to get money without actually producing something. If we all try to do that, the basket will be empty. And we will have no economy.
I'm looking at loan and repayment.
Yes.
I'm still in your lecture room.
Yes.
A quick one on that, in less than 30 seconds.
Well, the fact that if you borrow money, we call that principal, you have to pay interest on it. And so you have, of course, a period in which you have to pay the money. You have paid installments, and you have to make sure that you meet your installments, otherwise you'll be in trouble. The bank will come and say that you have failed to make your payments, and you'll take your collateral, your security, and sell it, and your credit worthiness will be jeopardized. In the future, when you want to borrow, you find that you are not credit worthy, you cannot borrow. You have to make sure that you service your debts.
Less than 30 seconds. You did well.
Thank you.
So how often are you in lecture rooms?
I always come around and make sure there's a teacher in every class. If there's no teacher, I take over.
Are we holding you on that, or you're just saying it?
No, I'm serious.
You're serious, eh?
Yeah, very serious.
What is your wife like? As much as we haven't had a
She's a
chance
very
to meet
beautiful
her.
lady.
Okay.
A beautiful young lady. She's an educator by profession. Degrees are in education. And she likes children very much. Really likes, she loves children.
Okay.
That's her passion. Yeah, and I admire her for that.
Has she always been working
She's always been in education.
in education?
Yes.
You never stopped her from working. Why? Some
Well,
men do.
when she was a mother, she didn't work when the children were small. Her work was the children. And I think it helped the children to be raised well. And once they are old enough, then she could start working.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's been mainly working
All right.
at the school.
So what next for Ezra Suruma? You've told us about your investments in the school, about the trees you're growing, the coffee in Kabale and all those things. Do you feel like you've reached the peak?
Probably. Probably.
That's a fast. You should tell us why I'm saying it's a fast. Because many people have asked this question, say, I'm just beginning, even when we might feel that
This
they
is
shouldn't.
what I believe. Almost everything I have done, I never planned. It came from God. All the jobs I have done, I don't remember applying for any of them. They just came. So what God may have in store for me, I don't know. There is a text that says the eye has not seen and ear has not heard what God has prepared for those who love him. So I don't know what God is prepared for me next, but I thank God for what he has done for me so far. I'm very grateful. I live a life of grace and gratitude.
If you died
That's
today,
that's a good way of summing up my life, I
your
think.
life
Grace and
and
gratitude.
gratitude.
Yeah.
So if you died today, what would you love to be remembered for?
What should I be remembered for? That I cared for people. I helped some people. Not maybe in a big way, but I always quote Mother Teresa, that we don't do great things, but we do small things with great love. So maybe I've not done great things, but I hope that I've loved many people, and they remember me for that.
Those are beautiful words.
Yeah.
They are truly beautiful words. If somebody is watching right now and they want to go to the bookstore and pick out one of the books that you've written, what should they look out for?
Advancing the Ugandan Economy. I think it's available in Aristoc, a bookstore. It's a good book. They should read it.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really nice
It's a
meeting
great
you.
joy to meet you.
It's a great joy to meet you too.
Thank you very
I
much.
hope we can catch a game one of these days.
I'll be very happy to play with you.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was it for this episode of People and Power here on NBS. Always, as we conclude, I'll pick from Professor Ezra Suruma's words. He said, "The eye does not see, the ear does not hear what God has prepared for you." What do we learn from this? You should be optimistic. You shouldn't give up, because God knows more about what you even want before you even start planning for it. So at the same time, it means that you don't even have a single idea of what God has planned for you. My name is Mable Twegumye Zake.